Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the sonnets, and today we have Sonnet 146, which says, "Poor soul, the center of my sinful earth, thrall to these rebel powers that thee array. Why dost thou pine within and suffer dearth, painting thy outward walls so costly gay? Why so large cost, having so short a lease, dost thou upon thy fading mansion spend? Shall worms, inheritors of this excess, eat up thy charge? Is this thy body's end? Then, soul, live thou upon thy servant's loss, and let that pine to aggravate thy store. Buy terms divine in selling hours of dross. Within be fed, without be rich no more. So shalt thou feed on death that feeds on men, and death once dead, there's no more dying then." So this one took a little while, and this one is interesting because if you look at, Google this particular sonnet, and you're going to find about 6 different words that start the second line of this particular sonnet. And I tried to look up and see in the first publications, what did it look like? What did it say? Some say thrall to, some say feeding, some say fearing these rebel powers that the array. So there's similar feelings amongst all of those things, but a little bit of disagreement in the academic world as to how the second line of this poem is supposed to start. But really, this is often lumped in with the Dark Lady sonnets, but he's not really talking to or about the Dark Lady. He's once again splitting himself in two. He's talking to his soul about his outward appearance and saying, "Oh, my soul, why are you wasting so much of your time and energy trying to make your outside appearance look nice?" The body is going to decay and rot, and all this time and energy that you've spent on clothes and makeups or powders or whatever, all this that you've spent in trying to make yourself not look old anymore is just going to end up rotting in the ground and feeding worms. So why would you do that? He's like, soul, you should be nourishing yourself instead of putting all this energy outward. You should be storing up things that make you whole. In some of the analyses that I read, they were saying that what he's saying is the soul needs to be doing the writing. The soul needs to be making the art and doing those things, which then ties to the last 2 lines where he talks about feeding on death, which feeds on men. But then once death is defeated, there's no more dying. So this goes to the whole immortality theme that was going on in some of the very first sonnets that we read. So it's like he's gotten a little bit distracted with all of this stuff, and maybe this is where the Dark Lady element ties in, but he's gotten distracted by outward appearances and beautiful things and nice clothes and trying to make himself look pretty, look younger, look more attractive. But what he really needs to be doing is focusing on the art and the soul, because those are the things that are going to make him immortal. His art will last forever. So that's what he's saying he needs to be doing, and he's having a heart-to-heart with his own heart. So anyway, that's Sonnet 146, and I will see you tomorrow for 147. Mwah.